Hi, my name is Tiffany Madison, and I'm making this video for my family, friends, colleagues, and generally good humans that care about me and my family. I have some unfortunate news that I wanted to share that on February 17th, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, an aggressive, deadly form of ductal carcinoma. Um, this came as a complete shock. When I found out, I was 28 weeks pregnant, and my husband was deployed to Europe for Operation Atlantic Resolve, which is the Allied response to the situation ongoing in the Ukraine. I was told I would need an immediate emergency mastectomy while pregnant, pregnancy-safe chemotherapy, preterm C-section, and then immediately resuming chemotherapy for 8 months, followed by radiation, and then immunotherapy to have a hope of beginning my survivorship. I have no family history of breast cancer. My father was exposed to Agent Orange during his conscription in 1968 to Vietnam, but never in a million years did I imagine that I would ever have this diagnosis. Even saying it is just still surreal. Even though I'm well into the acceptance fight mode stage, it's just still very crazy that this is where I'm at. For the moms out there, I was in the process of basically treating what I thought was early onset mastitis, which any mom is probably remotely familiar with. I endured it with my daughter, Charlotte, and I started having a painful small lump in my right breast that felt identical to a blocked milk duct. So while I waited to see a breast specialist, I consulted lactation specialists to break up what I thought was a rapidly progressing milk duct mass, which I had experienced before. We use every tool, cabbage to reduce inflammation, lymphatic massage, antibiotics, heat, ice, fancy vibrating lactation massagers from Amazon, you name it, and nothing worked. And so unknowingly, I was breaking up the cancerous tumor and distributing it to my underarm lymph nodes, chest, and breast area. And I share this because along this journey, I have met dozens and dozens of pregnant or postpartum women with breast cancer. And I don't want to scare anyone, but if you or someone you know, you think you have mastitis while pregnant and the typical tricks are not working, please be your own advocate and get checked as soon as possible just to rule out cancer. I wish I would have acted much earlier, be at a different place than I am to this day. Just because Google says it's rare and you're under 40 and have no prior history doesn't mean the possibility should be ignored. I wanted to share that my husband, Matt, and I were not planning to conceive. Prior to having our daughter, Charlotte, I endured 7 miscarriages, and specialists finally helped me conceive Charlotte. And after having her, I was told that I could not conceive again without the same extreme protocol, which I was not interested in. We were shocked in July to learn about Madeline, and had I not conceived her, I likely would not have found this cancer until it spread throughout my body, which it's currently trying to do. So she is a little blessing. Um, to give you any idea how aggressive the cancer is, I caught it at stage 2 in mid-February, and then within less than a month, my treatment plan has changed 5 times, and I got second opinions and it's progressed to stage 3C, which is the last stage before stage 4, which is incurable. The team at Texas Oncology was extremely professional, and I'm grateful to have been accepted to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas earlier this month. For those that are not aware, just like I was prior to this, MD Anderson is the most renowned cancer hospital in the world. And there are millions of people globally that will never have the privilege of their care. And so words cannot express how blessed I am to have my life in their hands. I am now 8 months pregnant, and our daughter Madeline is healthy and kicking every day. I underwent my first round of FAC chemotherapy treatment 2 weeks ago. This protocol is the only chemo available for pregnant women in my dire situation, and the only type that does not cross the placenta. And I will receive my second infusion at the end of the month. heal for 2 weeks, and then deliver via planned C-section on April 7th when Madeline is to term at 37 weeks. This is a far more reasonable plan to keep her safe while doing our best to prevent the cancer from spreading to my organs, brain, and bones, which is the next step, which we're hopefully preventing in this as we speak. I will have 2 weeks to heal before I start my 6 to 8 months of chemotherapy and immunotherapy infusions. Once those are complete, I will undergo a mastectomy, radiation, and aggressive immunotherapy treatments to hopefully begin my survivorship, which I have every intention of doing. Through all of this, I have a lot to be grateful for. And as ratcheting tensions in the Ukraine, continue to mount, I don't believe my husband would have been able to come home had the circumstances been any different. For those of you who know me, Matt and I have been together for 10 years. We are best friends and soulmates. We've endured 5 combat deployments together, 9 months apart each, and we're raising 2, soon to be 3 children. And I needed him by my side through all of this. And I'm blessed that Matt was able to receive a release from European theater last week to return home and not stay in Europe. I mean, breast cancer, single parenting 2 kids during deployment, finishing a book, launching a company, pregnancy. I got this, but let's not add World War III to the mix, please. I am blessed beyond measure for the love and support that I have received, and it was really hard to sit down and make this video. But I think I've cried more for the sheer overwhelm of receiving and giving that I've experienced more than for the situation that I'm in. The fact of the matter is that sometimes life is a scary roller coaster, and suffering is part of the human existence. And sometimes you can't get off and you have no choice but to ride it out. So I have every intention of embracing the suck and making the best of it until I'm on the backside of this, because I am a hard woman to kill and I have a lot to live for. So under the guidance of MD Anderson's oncologist and integrative medicine department, they have a plan to throw every resource I can muster at this from all angles, because notoriously triple negative breast cancer is difficult to treat. But using both Eastern and Western modalities, I have every intention of signing up for everything they've got. And I have every intention as a former journalist of documenting what I did and didn't do to hopefully help other women that may not have the same access to these resources or the same support system or network that has so many wonderful people that have come forward to support my family. So with that being said, thank you all for listening, and I love you all.